Welcome to the Downtime from WTWH Media with your hosts, Sarah Wynn and Sherry Kasperzak, bringing you everything you need to know from the week in manufacturing.
And we're back with another episode of the Downtime. I'm Sarah Wynn with
Sherry Kasperzak, and thank you so much for joining us on your downtime. We're always glad to have you.
Sherry. We are driving into success in this episode. We have a special guest, Mark Arisman from Nord, joined us to speak about packaging lines, inverter tech, drive solutions. Sherry, it was great. It was quite a conversation.
It was such a great conversation. You know, VFDs and VSDs are a huge topic. They're trending now in the industrial space. It was so great to get some insights from Mark about new trends in VFDs and some of the products at Nord. And I know it was also great hearing about their conveyance products and how those work on the packaging lines and all of the controls insights that he was able to give us. So it was a really great conversation. If you are a fan of VFDs, as big of a fan as I am, you're not going to want to miss this episode because we get into a lot about VFDs, variable frequency drives. So stay tuned.
Yes, so we'll get to Mark in a second. But to kind of set the table, you know, I like to do this. Sherry mentioned we have our conversation with Mark from Nord. Also, today, July 17th, is World Emoji Day. Oh, World Emoji Day. So at the end of the episode, I'm going to put Sherry on the spot. I'm going to say, Sherry, if you could describe me in 3 emojis, what would it be? Hint, it's going to be angel, angel, angel. But we'll see what she has to say.
We all know the truth, Sarah. It's all devils.
Ooh.
3 devils.
3 devils. Ouch. Okay, but
I'm teasing. Sarah is the sweetest person on earth, so I am teasing. If anyone gets 3 devils, it's me.
I appreciate you saying I'm the sweetest. I think anyone from the state of Michigan would disagree.
Oh.
You know, I had to bring it up, and I had to just toss in a little coffee reference really quick. We are recording a bit later than we normally do, so the coffee's off the table. We have transitioned to the hard stuff, the bubbles,
Oh, I know.
LaCroix.
We love a bubbly seltzer. Yeah. Call us LaCroix. We still want that awesome sponsorship. We can drink a LaCroix every episode. I mean, we already do anyway, free of charge. So
Maybe a hat, a shirt.
yeah, sure.
You know, speaking of hats, I'm wearing this beautiful packaging OEM hat. What do you think, Sherry? I just got it.
Love it. Great branding. And hey, if you listening out there want to sponsor an episode of the Downtime, contact us, reach out. We are happy to read copy and sponsor you on an episode of the Downtime.
Yes, and while we're on that topic, if you see us on LinkedIn, connect with Sherry or myself. We'll get into our follow spiel towards the end of the episode, but reach out to Sherry Kasperzak and or Sarah Wynn, depending on your needs. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
So now, Sherry, I think it's time we transition. We drive into our conversation with Mark.
Yeah, would you say, Sarah, that this conversation came in clutch?
Didn't.
I'll be here all week, people. No, literally, I am. This is my job. But anyway, yeah, let's like have a listen to this great conversation we had with Mark at Nord. I think he offered a lot of great insights, not only in the packaging industry, but also in the broader controls and drive sector. So let's have a listen.
All right, we are here on the Downtime with Mark Arisman from Nord Drive Systems. Hi, Mark. Could you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, my name's Mark Arisman. I'm business development for control products at Nord. Nord is a global operator in the drive system space. We're based out of Germany, but we have a large presence in the United States as well as dozens of other countries around the world. I'm happy to be here to talk to you today. My background, I'm an electrical engineer, so controls is really been my focus for quite some time. I've got a diverse background. I've spent a lot of time as an OEM, so designing equipment that was sold and installed in the field for customers, PLC programming, electrical panel design, and spent a lot of time in terms of moving bulk materials, whether they be liquid powders, granules, things of that sort. So that was my OEM background. My time with Nord, I'm out here preaching VFDs and what they can do for you in a drive system. And yeah, love to talk to you about that.
Thank you, Mark. So, Mark is here. I just published a story this week on Nord's inverter technology for packaging lines, and we can get into packaging in a bit. But you started out with VFDs. Sherry, do you have any questions about that?
Yes, of course I do. Absolutely. Yeah, like our audience loves VFDs. It's a booming technology that's coming up. Talk a little bit about um, how companies can make their processes more efficient from by using variable frequency drives. And what some of those applications might be.
Yeah, well, I'll start out. So why VFDs? Why do you use them? Right. So you're driving something, and you could wire that direct to line. When you do that, you get no flexibility, and you're not protecting your investment in your drive system. So adding a VFD in there has two key elements. It's the control side of things. Now I can make that drive system run at whatever speed I want. I can control torque. Um, and then on top of the control side of things, I can get a lot of protection for my drive system. So overload protection, um, inrush current protection, things of that sort. So there's two key elements: control and protection for your drive.
Right. Yeah. So kind of run me through Nord's VFD options. I noticed
Sure.
that you have a couple of VFDs that I've seen. Tell me a little bit about those.
Yeah. So Nord has a wide range of available VFDs. We have the traditional cabinet drive VFDs like the Nordac Pro. We have a new series called the 500P that's come out, and that's just an advancement of our very popular 500E series, moving forward with new technology, um, new advancements in that space, and that's for cabinet drives, the kind of the traditional realm. Nord is very proud of our decentralized drive solution. So we have several products in that space. We have a wall-mounted unit like the Link, which for a lot of conveyance type of applications is very popular. It's mounted near the gear motor, but not on the gear motor, but it is away from the panel. So it's decentralized away from the main control panel. Then we have options like the Nordac Flex or the Nordac On that are mounted on the motor itself, the gear motor itself. Um, and the advantages there, really, if I talk about the advantage of those product lines. Nord's history is from that drive system standpoint. Uh, when you put the VFD out on that drive system, you're simplifying installation in a lot of cases, particularly when you're covering a lot of ground with this packaging equipment. Um, the distance where you want to put the control panel, it has its electrical requirements. Where you want to put the drive system is defined by the machine you're building. So those two things are sometimes at odds and in conflict, and the ability to put that VFD out on the gear motor allows for longer cable runs, more flexibility in installation, and also there's some maintenance advantages because that drive system's not in the electrical panel. So the Nordac Flex, if I go into the products a little bit more, the Nordac Flex is a great unit, up to 30 horsepower as a decentralized unit, which is on the high side, and it's configurable. So very modular, configurable. You can add the features you need, take out the features you don't need. So it kind of hits a good sweet spot in terms of price versus performance. The Nordac On is for that conveyor drive kind of application, very cost effective, but still feature rich and very custom made for the particular application.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. So let's tie
Uh-huh.
into packaging OEM just a bit. You mentioned
Sure.
decentralized drives. So for OEMs looking to shrink their cabinet, their control cabinets or reduce wiring, can you share the other benefits that decentralized drives bring for that?
Yeah, I kind of touched on the installation part. So let's talk about that a little bit more. When you decentralize the drive, you can daisy chain your power, you can daisy chain your controllers, so your field bus lines, uh, from drive to drive. So if you have multiple drives in a machine, you run one power line, you run one control line to the first drive, and then you daisy chain from there to the next one nearby on the machine. So it shortens your wiring, simplifies your wiring, and makes installation faster. So for a machine builder, they have that one connection rather than having to run multiple cables to multiple points on their machine. The other thing it can do for you when you decentralize is it puts the drive, which is a smart drive. It's a smart VFD. It has a PLC built in. What that allows you to do firstly is to use it as an I/O pickup point. So when you decentralize that drive to locations on the machine, you can pick up your sensors locally, read them into the drive, and then send them across field bus, one field bus connection back to the main control panel, where the PLC can operate on that, and it could control output capability as well. It also puts some safety connections right where they need to be on the machine, rather than located where maybe it's easier for installation. So
Yeah, you mentioned like a one power supply. What are the biggest challenges OEMs bring to you when they're selecting or integrating drive technology? Is that one power station a big factor?
Well, installation and simplification is always a big factor. So that's kind of where I lump that in.
Okay.
I think in terms of the challenges they bring to us, a lot of it has to do with integration into the overall environment. So when we talk about Nord VFDs, we're flexible in terms of integration into many different control environments. When you have field bus support, for example, on a VFD, that comes with multi-protocol support, whether that's Ethernet IP or Profinet or EtherCAT or even an older technology potentially on field bus. So the one machine can be integrated into multiple environments from that standpoint, from the drive standpoint. And when you have that in there, also from an integration standpoint, Nord supports the VFDs for add-on instruction sets in those control development environments, and also auto device configuration in those networks. So for the startup and integration into the larger environment where that packaging equipment might go, those are our additional benefits and features that I think OEMs are looking for. I'd also say, one of the other things I think they look for, they're running into workforce challenges. So supporting education and supporting maintenance on equipment. So Nord's always looking for opportunities to work in that space. And OEMs are trying to find ways to add value in that regard. Then we could get into that condition monitoring topic, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big topic for us. I was going to ask, talk a bit more about sort of the predictive maintenance side of that.
Yeah, and so with Nord VFDs, it puts a pickup point for a lot of that condition monitoring sensor world. You read those into the Nord VFD, and the PLC can process that data right there locally and feed it across kind of common standards into a predictive monitoring system. So, we're not doing the predictive maintenance or recommending that because the environment really specifies that. The user needs to know what is relevant to their application, but what we do is provide a conduit of that information.
Got it.
So
it's more data than actual like prescriptive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think the more data fed up into a common platform, I think that you can actually implement predictive maintenance in a proper way, right? So the condition monitoring brings the conditions and that data to the environment where you can actually make decisions for predictive maintenance. That helps.
Excellent.
Definitely. And let's circle back to packaging for a second. So once a machine is shipped, how does Nord support long-term reliability, diagnostics, and service, especially for equipment in North America?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, because everyone has that concern, right? Nord has it. We have aftermarket service team operating out of our U.S. headquarters in Waunakee, Wisconsin, which is outside of Madison, Wisconsin. And that aftermarket service team is there to aid in commissioning and to provide that ongoing first level technical support. Um, and then the other thing I'd mention here is that, I invite anyone to come to our Waunakee facility. It's quite impressive. Um, we have the ability to quick turn orders. So when downtime is critical, where you have a machine failure, you need a piece of equipment replaced. We could do that out of Waunakee on a very timely basis, usually upon request within 24 hours. We also have a 911 service. So, if time is of the essence, which in some of these circumstances, obviously it is, you could call upon that 911 service and we'll bring people in after hours and assemble the piece of equipment you need and get it out to you as soon as possible.
That's
And
great.
that's all done out of our facility in Waunakee.
Built in Wisconsin. I love it.
Built in Wisconsin. Yes. Now I should mention, we do have other facilities around the U.S. that can do assembly and maintenance as well. We have a facility down in the Dallas area, in McKinney, Texas, and one in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Awesome. Mark, can we circle back to NordCon for a little bit? I know we
Sure.
talked about it a lot at ProMat, and there's a video demonstration on Packaging OEM's website where Mark breaks down NordCon. Can you share how users can access what data specifically is captured and how they can access it on their phone through NordCon?
Sure. Yeah. So NordCon's kind of a two-headed thing, right? There's the downloadable. The software is free, firstly. So you can download it from the NordCon website for your laptop or a PC environment. And that's great at commissioning and troubleshooting and data capture. You can also download from app stores, Google and Apple app stores, the NordCon software for your phone or a tablet, which allows you to have a Bluetooth connection into that drive. So this is great for commissioning and troubleshooting. You connect one of our Bluetooth fobs into the drives themselves, and you can get a real-time look at what's going on with that drive. You can commission, you can modify parameters, and then once you have that parameter set, if you're talking about a commissioning scenario, you might have a few hundred of these drives in a system. You program one, get it set, and then you can carry that program to the next drive and download that over that Bluetooth connection as well. So the NordCon software for the laptop extends that capability a little bit, allows you to even program on the PLC, right? Structured text language for the PLC function on that VFD. It has an oscilloscope function, so you can track what's going on with the drive real time. And all that data is great for troubleshooting, but also development. That shortens the development cycle. Yeah.
Definitely. It's a great digital transformation happening with the drives.
Yeah.
Go
Yes,
first.
it is.
Yeah. So just could you share with us some broad trends in VFDs that you're seeing? What sort of functionality are companies looking for from their VFDs?
Yeah, so VFDs are kind of fitting into, they're becoming critical components as we move to higher efficiency drive systems. So kind of the push to IE5 plus drives, you really need that inverter to be in control of your drive system to get that high efficiency. So, why IE5 drives? If whether you're looking for a more sustainable product or you're trying to get a return on investment via energy savings, that pushes you towards IE5. And as you go that direction, the inverter becomes a critical component of that. And it kind of supports the integration of that VFD into that drive system overall to get the best situation for IE5. But I will say IE5 is not necessarily for all. Some applications, you get a quick return on investment. Others, it's not a great fit. So, if you look at other technologies that are out there in VFDs, I'd point to the decentralized drive thing a little bit. Not that that's a new technology necessarily, but I think the trend is moving in that direction. And I think IE5 has kind of put that at the forefront. The other thing I'd talk about in drives from a technology standpoint is a movement over time to safety over Ethernet on the control side. So, hardwired safety certainly has its advantages, but from an installation and and material standpoint, the safety over Ethernet protocols do have advantages, and Nord's supporting that trend as we move forward, and I think it will continue that way.
Excellent.
Definitely. Thank you, Mark. And we did talk about the packaging OEM story is up now. You can read it at packagingoem.com. Nord also shared it on their LinkedIn. We talked a lot about the decentralized drives, the base, the flex, the link. The story also addresses the Nordeck Pro. Do you want to speak to that and its use in packaging while we have you?
Yeah, the Nordeck Pro is that traditional cabinet mounted drive. It's feature rich. So again, you have an integrated PLC. You have the ability to scale that product to what is needed via add-on cards, whether it's a field bus support for like Ethernet IP or Profinet. It supports several levels of safety integrated into that product. And that product goes from a small drive all the way up to 200 horsepower. So it's got a broad range for the particular application. You're probably not in the 200 horsepower range in the packaging industry necessarily, but it fits snugly in a rack in a control cabinet. And yeah.
Yeah, the 200 horsepower is a little eye-popping. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And Mark, I'll throw a hypothetical out at you. Say I'm an OEM, I need something very unique, maybe a machine that handles specific packaging formats, like flexible packaging, something like that, or a certain speed. How do you and your team work to accomplish that and meet that need?
Yeah, we have a good application support team. Certainly, we have a lot of mechanical engineers that work on the development side there, but we also have an application support team here in Waunakee that supports the control side of the development as well. So we have all the resources available, and that's where I think Nord really shines. Our products are flexible, they are modular, and in conversation with customers, we can put together a nice configurable, customized solution that meets the application requirement. That system can be engineered in conjunction with the customer. We're available to help with prototyping and testing. And yeah, that's where Nord really shines, that application support.
To let you go, I have to ask, the EcoBox. Can you explain how it can help retrofit existing equipment?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we talked a little bit about IE5, right, and the efficiencies that end users are looking for there. The EcoBox is kind of a tool to be used in that process. We could place that box in either a test loop or an actual facility installation and monitor the power usage on your drive components and collect that data over a period of time. And then we could compare that to alternative drive solutions and see what efficiencies you actually gain. What that does for the customer, it's not so much a product as it is a service from Nord. And what we do is we try to help show you the gains that you might get in your actual application in terms of power efficiencies and how that might pay off over time. So once we collect that data, we generate a report and feed that back to you to say, hey, here's what your payback period looks like. Here's what your return on investment in moving up the efficiency chain on your drive systems might do for you. And that's that EcoBox.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark, for joining us. Sherry?
Absolutely. Thank you. We really appreciate all of these great insights. And thank you so much for joining us on the Downtime.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it.
Thank you again, Mark, for joining us. Keep in mind, you can read about Nord's inverter technology for packaging lines at packagingoem.com. That story just published this week. Plus, Sherry, the story also features 2 video demos from guess who? Mark. We're a big fan, Mark. We're a big fan. So head over to packagingoem.com. You can see Mark's demo on the inverter tech, decentralized drives, panel mounted drives, and also, we have a demo for NordCon, which we had talked about in our interview. That is Nord's software application that can be used on web and mobile. So check it out over there, and we'll share the links on social media.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And hey, while we're on the topic of motors and drives, you can go check out right now at controleng.com, at Control Engineering, a great article from Rick Houts. He is with Hargrove Controls and Automation. And it's a great piece about how to select, configure, and tune industrial motor drives. If you are new to motor drives or if you're a seasoned pro, this is a great piece for you. It gives an opportunity to familiarize yourself or refamiliarize yourself with drive applications, drive sizing relevant to those applications, and drive tuning. You know, it also delves into the importance of load dynamics, motor drive safety requirements, including features like safe torque off, applications for mechanical and dynamic braking, control mode, and more. So if you are a fan of motors and drives or motor drives, and you want a refresher course on how to select, tune, all of the applications, you don't want to miss this piece. You can check it out right now at controleng.com. And I'm going to share the link everywhere you can find our podcast. It'll be over at SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, and LinkedIn. If you have a story that you think is a great feature for the Downtime, reach out to us. You can reach us by DM over on LinkedIn. You can reach us by email. You can find our email addresses over at packagingoem, at plantengineering.com, and at controleng.com. That's where you'll find me, at Plant and Control Engineering. You'll find Sarah over at Packaging OEM. If you want, you can drop us a comment over on our LinkedIn page, and you can reach out that way. You can share any information that you have that you think would make a great feature for this podcast, and we're always happy to hear from you.
Definitely. And Sherry, I will say we are booking up. We are getting to the point. The Downtime is about 3 months old, almost 3 months. It's still a little baby, but we are building this show, follower by follower.
We are on lucky 13.
If we were Taylor Swift fans, we'd be really happy because this is episode 13. If you get the joke, you get the joke. But yes, we are in the process of building the show. We have a few guests in the pipeline. We are looking to collaborate. We'd love to hear from you. Sherry mentioned you can find us LinkedIn, our websites, anything. Send us a connection request, send us a little note. And that's probably the easiest way, but we're here.
We are. So yeah, check us out. We're always happy to hear from you.
Let's pack it all up.
All right. Okay. Packaging it all up.
We're packing it all up. And take a sip. Mm-hmm. And now, Sherry, we've come towards the end of another episode of the Downtime. Really fun episode. Great conversation with Mark, not just on Packaging OEM. We also talked, VFDs. We also talked Nord's EcoBox, which is a retrofitting solution Mark spoke about. Let's move into I love to play games. I love to ask weird questions. I think this is perfect. It is World Emoji Day, period. If you had to describe your podcast co-host with 3 emojis, what would it be? And I can go first.
Oh, okay. You sure you don't want me to go first? I mean, I'm happy to describe you in 3 emojis.
Oh, she just made a scary little gesture with her hands if you're not watching on YouTube. Sherry, the floor is yours. I tossed it to you.
Awesome. So the first one I thought of, I've been doing this little thought experiment in my head. What really personifies Sarah Wynn in a emoji form? And the first thing that I thought of was sunshine, the sunshine emoji, because you're like a ray of sunshine and you're always so positive and you always have nice things to say. The second one, correct me if I am incorrect, Sarah, you went to the Ohio State University, is that correct? And
can confirm.
I think the football emoji would be my next choice because of your love of OSU. And I think the last one would be the microphone emoji. And that has become so iconic for us because of this podcast. You know, we have it as our little icon there. And I think that personifies you, because without you, Sarah, there would be no downtime. So,
Wow. Well, I could say the same about you.
aw.
So I think we'll both replicate the microphone emoji. I think
Okay.
that's fair. So I start with microphone where you let off or where you finished. I'll start there. And then I'm going to go rainbow because Sherry has a wide wardrobe
Yes.
full of color. I don't. I wear a lot of black.
I say this as I'm wearing black today, the one day, but I do have my pink Barbie earrings.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's true. I love a colorful wardrobe. So thank you for that. I have. I know this is gonna make me sound like a crazy person, but that's okay. My dress closet yes, I have an entire closet for dresses. I have a problem. Someone help me. My entire dress closet is organized by color, and it does in fact look like a rainbow in there. It's pretty fun.
That's I've never been in Sherry's house, so I didn't see this firsthand. I just think what I see from her on Zoom and when we're at events together, she has such a variety of colors she wears and she looks great. She looks great in everything. So
Oh, thank
rainbow
you.
would be like a combo, like a rainbow and a dress emoji combined. Like, so I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna have four emojis. So those three. And then I'm kind of surprised she didn't bring this one for me. Sherry and I both love Halloween.
Oh, I know. I did think of a jack-o'-lantern too. Like that was the one that I thought of too. But
So I'm kind of like on the fence. Is it the little ghost going, or
ooh,
is it the alien?
it could be.
I will pick the ghost. So my three for Sherry, my four for Sherry, I broke my own rule, will be the microphone because I stole her idea, and the rainbow plus the dress to showcase her vibrant personality and wardrobe selection. And then the little ghost emoji, one of my favorites, very cute. I also, honorable mention, I love the skull emoji too for Halloween, but we're going to stick with the ghost.
Okay, so since you got an extra one, I'm giving you the jack-o'-lantern for
Ah,
Halloween because we bond over our love of Halloween. By the way, you're going to want to stick around for our Halloween episode coming up in October because we have a lot of surprises. It's going to be a fun episode, and I can't wait for it. I'm super excited.
there will be tricks and treats
There will
for everyone.
be
And I might
mostly
even be,
treats.
yeah, maybe I'll pull a trick on you or two. But
Okay, well, I'm game, so let's go for it.
it'll be fun. We'll definitely have that themed episode coming up. We're working on it. But that's our emoji game. So thank you for playing along, World Emoji Day. We will share this little video and we'll say, describe yourself in three emojis.
Yeah.
Now, let's turn the table. If I had to describe myself in three emojis, I would do the little face like what just happened? Like that little with the eyes bugging. I'd probably pick a dog because I'm obsessed with my dogs. And I love the little purple heart. That's my favorite emoji.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I mean, I think for me, you know, there's not a good, like, I have a Chihuahua, so there's like not a good Chihuahua emoji, but I love my dogs too, so I have my two pups. Um, yeah, I mean, I would probably pick the skull emoji too, the skull and crossbones, because that's like something we send to each other all the time when we say we're literally dead.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, what would be the third one? I don't know. I love my heart emoji, so I'm always sending like the red heart emojis to everyone. So
Oh, you're a red heart. You're a
I'm a
red
red
heart.
heart emoji. Yeah.
No, I'm a little purple heart. And I like the white heart too. Honorable mention.
Okay. Awesome.
So thank you, Sherry, for playing along with my little emoji game.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet. It was so fun.
Oh, and if packaging OEM had an emoji, it would be a box.
Of
That's
course it would. I've
yes.
been trying to find the appropriate emojis for plant. I think it's easier. Like I think the little safety vest, like there's a little safety vest emoji, and I think certainly that would be one. For control engineering, I'm trying to figure that out. It's not as easy as you would think. So if you out there are listening and you have the perfect control engineering emoji, drop it in the comments because I would love to see it, or let us know what you think because I have no idea what the control engineering, I mean, emoji would be.
Maybe like a gear.
Is there a gear? Maybe a gear. I could see that. I think there are a lot of charts in the emojis. So maybe like a little chart, like kind of showing like.
Well, if I had to assign an emoji for our guest Mark from Nord, I would pick the gear. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
absolutely. That's a perfect one. We love that.
yes. So thanks for playing along, Sarah's emoji game. There we go.
Like, happy World Emoji Day, everybody. This is so fun.
Happy World Emoji Day. What a day.
What
Even
a-
they even have their own movie, like it's taking over the world. Well, Sherry, we have come to the end of another episode of the Downtime. It's inevitable, it always comes, and here it is.
Yep, absolutely. But we do want to thank you for joining us on your downtime. As always, we're so grateful for you all. And we will definitely catch you in the next episode. Bye, y'all.
Thank you.